It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, we're going to be building a squad if the $250,000 tournament was the game. So if you want to talk about this squad as the best squad overall in the game, you can do that as well. But let's say the 250K was tomorrow. Okay, this is the squad I would be using in that tournament. Okay, so you know, it's the best of the best. You talk about collector levels, yeah, they're going to be in this video today as well. So, in general, guys, this is the elite of the elite, the best of the best. And when it comes down to it, everybody on this squad is going to be a card I'm pretty comfortable with using. Now, before I dive any further into this video today, guys, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure to smash that subscribe button as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. It starts with the point guard position in Ben Simmons. And I mean, is there really a question when it comes down to the point guard position, who the best point guard in the game is? I think that is a debate, and that's a question. But when it comes down to a guy that you can start on a team and be comfortable with, it's Ben Simmons. And I won't use Ben Simmons as my primary ball handler nearly ever, but he's got quick dribble style, Kobe size escape, Scotty behind the back, does enough dunking wise, and then offensively he's fine. The best part about this card is the defense. Whether you want to play him on ball, whether you want to play him in lanes, it doesn't matter. I think when it comes down to a top three, at least point guard in the game, we got to have a conversation about Ben Simmons. Here's why. Because it's time where we got to start running either Luka or my backup point guard, who you guys will see eventually at that shooting guard position. You just have to. Now that we got Ben Simmons in the game, you have to make those exceptions, because when it comes down to it, you got to run the best cards. And Luka Doncic and Ben Simmons are both top 10 cards in the game. And so you got to find spots for them. Why do I personally like Luka Doncic at the 2? Well, you're going to see with who I plug in at the small forward position why exactly I do. But I feel like Luka's a guy defensive that still isn't going to be great, but he's going to be fine enough on the defensive end of the court. And offensively, Luka can carry the workload. Now, it's one of those things I always like two different ball handlers on the court. I count Ben Simmons as a ball handler. Is he the best ball handler creator in the game? No. That's why we got Luka Doncic with him. But I don't need another very souped up offensive player. And that's why at the 3, I'm plugging in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo at my small forward position. You want to know why? Because you got Giannis and you got Ben Simmons. You got two locks on the court, as well as two guys that can create in Ben Simmons and Luka Doncic. Giannis, he's not going to be a creator at all. He's just not. Now, does that take away from what Giannis does in the defensive end of the court? No, because I still think he is the best on-ball defensive player nearly in the entire game. You can make that a case that Draymond's up there, but I think I would give the advantage to Giannis just because he's 6'11". And again, similar to Ben Simmons, if you want to put Giannis on ball, you can. If you want to put Ben Simmons on ball, you can. But with these two guys in Ben Simmons and Giannis Antetokounmpo, you can hide Luka Doncic. You don't have to, go out there and have Luka guard the MJs of the world, have him guard himself. He can be on cones. If somebody's running Kawhi, it can be on him. If somebody's running Draymond, it can be on him. And that's why I like running Ben Simmons and Giannis with Luka Doncic. At the power forward position, I'm going to plug in Invincible Dirk. A card who is better than I thought he would be. Now, is Dirk a must-have? No. If you don't have Dirk, I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you have Dirk, he's a must-run type of card. I mean, the card is absolutely elite in MyTeam 7-1. Can move pretty well. His release isn't horrible. And the key here is we've got a lot of height on the court. You go 6'11", 6'7", 6'11", 7'1", and then you guys are going to see who's at my center position. Height is so important right now in my team. It's one of those things, if you do want to build the best squad in the game, I mean, you got to have Dirk if you want the best of the best, which obviously, guys, I understand most of us aren't in the position to get Dirk Nowitzki, so we're going to plug in an alternative option at that 11, 12, and 13 spot. So if you don't have Dirk, stay tuned because it's not a make or break situation. We'll dive deeper into that. But at the starting center position, Yao Ming. Okay? And why do I like this? Well, because the average height of my starters are over 7 feet tall. Let's talk about Dirk first, okay? Let's pause for a moment and talk about what I think Dirk provides for you. 7'1", 7'3" wingspan. What more do you want? He's got every defensive badge on Hall of Fame in the entire game. Dirk based on very quick Kobe size of escape even. I don't love his release, but I do love Dirk overall. Now, Yao Ming, 7-6. You give him Don Nelson, and this is how I'd run him. A 93 3-ball with Hall of Fame sniper, with set shot 8, not going to miss a white. 85 speed, good interior, 99 rebounding stats, great defensively. It's just one of those things, guys. Is this lineup a switch-all type of lineup? I would say at least 1 through 4. Now, with Yao, I might, not want to switch every screen, but it's one of those things, man. Whereas if you guys are talking about good cards to run in my team, I think these are some of the top 5 cards in the game. I mean, there might be one card you can argue who should be in the starting lineup that I don't have, and that's going to be my backup point guard. But outside of that, I think it's hard to argue anybody else outside of this starting 5. This starting 5 is one I'd be comfortable with and am comfortable with right now. I just don't have the privilege of having Dirk on my specific squad. Now, at the backup one, we're going to plug in Michael Jordan. Now, if you want to flip-flop Michael Jordan and Luka Doncic, I personally don't care. That doesn't matter to me, right? Luka Doncic, MJ, to me, it's preference-based. Again, this is on next gen specifically. If you're on current gen, I just want you to know it's shifted. Luka would not play on current gen. And then you're probably looking at a just different shooting guard there. And we can talk about that at the end of the video. But if you're on next gen, you got to run Luka and MJ. And I'm putting MJ as the backup point guard and Luka Doncic in my starting lineup. Now, MJ, a literal basically GOAT card. I mean, he is an absolutely perfect card in my team. Great defense, playmaker-wise, shooting-wise, perfect. Animation-wise, MJ based on quick dribble style, all the Trae Young dribble 6. With the Scotty behind the back, I mean, what more do you need out of Michael Jordan? Now, let's pause for a moment and talk about if you are on current gen, who's the shooting guard I would go with. Now, that's a tough one. It really is tough. I'm gonna plug in a guy at that next position that I'd probably lean with. But again, we'll give you multiple options there. So similar to if you don't have Dirk, if you are on current gen, the 11, 12, and 13 spot is going to be a spot for our shooting guard position. And again, Cedric Maxwell plays on both. So if you want to start Cedric if you're on current gen and just plug in the 11, 12, or 13 guy at the backup shooting guard, I'm fine with that. But Cedric Maxwell, MJ, you have 2 of the best ball handlers in the entire game. You just do. So in this starting lineup, if you look at it, guys, I'm going to have a lot more defense, and on the bench with MJ and Cedric highlighting the bench, you just got a lot more offense. Now, I would say MJ and Cedric both better defensively than Luka Doncic. That's why I do lean to play these guys together. Jump shot 3 are very quick dribble style, Kobe size up escape. Both have a lot going for them. Cedric, MJ, just an offensive backcourt that you never want to come up against. Small forward position. This might surprise some people, but maybe not. I'm plugging in Draymond Green. I don't know if it does surprise you. You guys better think about why it surprised you, because it really shouldn't. Now, part of me wants to put Giannis in here at the 3 instead of Draymond, and Draymond starting just to even out the height. But my thing is, if you have Cedric Maxwell on a guy like Giannis, Cedric's not really going to get mashed. I mean, it's just that simple. None of these guys are really going to go for mashing unless it's really against the Yao Ming. Draymond literally is perfect on the defensive end of the court. Has Hall of Fame catch, shoot, corner specialist, and sniper to go along with this. Such an easy release to Green. Quick dribble style, Scotty behind the back as well. I mean, Draymond Green is one of the most complete players in the entire game. And he's under 100K. So even if you are balling on a budget watching this video, Draymond Green is a must pick up. And I can't really say must pick up because there are some good budget small forwards that are way cheaper, like Jonathan Isaac, for example. But Draymond Green is so elite on my team. I know DVG made a tweet like Draymond Green might be the best value card in the game. And somebody was like, HB was like, there's no way. But he really might be. Him at 90K is such a great value in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM right now. Power forward position, again, we're going really small with the bench unit and Bob Nedelecki. It's one of those things with the starters, yes, you got a lot more height, and my bench does not have a lot of height. But you look at the offense on my bench. You go MJ, you go Cedric, and then you add Bob Nedelecki into the squad. I mean, my goodness, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. Bob Nedelecki is one of those cards, not everybody likes him. I love this card. I absolutely love it. I'd make the argument Bob Nedelecki might even be better than Dirk. Now, that argument is tough to make, and it's kind of crazy, but I'd be willing to make that argument. You guys want to know why? Well, he's got a 94 3-ball, basically a 99, 98 speed, 99 interior, 97 perimeter, great rebounder, has every badge you basically need. Plus, he's got set shot 25 on very quick with quick dribble style. So it's just one of those things. I love having Bob Nedelecki on the team. Just gives you that extra little bit of offense, as well as being great on the defensive end of the court. I actually really want to get him on my Xbox account. That's kind of my goal today. And hopefully I can make that happen. But I'm a big fan of Bob Nedelecki in general. So far, you know, this is the squad we're working with at the center position. We're going to plug in Kristaps Porzingis. My bench is full of offense outside of Draymond Green. And I mean, these cards aren't bad defenders. I just want to make that clear that these cards aren't bad defensively. It's just 4 out of 5 of them are better on the offensive end of the court. But KP, we're going to talk about why I'm plugging him in over another one of my last 3. It's just, I like his release. I like him on both gens. He just does it all for me at 7'3". One of the best pops in the game. So if you do need a pick and pop big, I would look no further than Dark Matter Kristaps Porzingis. And now to the last 3. Now, if you're on current gen, Dark Matter Terry Dishinger in there for Luka Doncic. Okay? It can't get any more simple than that. Terry Dishinger in there for Luka Doncic if you are on current gen. Now, if you're on next gen, the 11th man that I personally would add is Chris Mullin. I like Mullin more on next gen compared to Terry. On current gen, I do prefer Terry Dishinger. Just one of those things, one of those preference-based things that you're going to have to watch this entire video to hopefully get a good understanding on it. If you're on current gen and want the best squad of the game and you don't actually watch and listen to what I have to say, it's going to be tough because this is mainly a next gen squad. But Chris Mullin, Cedric Maxwell, it's really preference-based. I definitely prefer Cedric Maxwell, but it's just one of those things. It's whoever you do prefer more. Now, if you don't have Dirk Nowitzki, the guy I'm plugging in is David Robinson. Why do I like David Robinson? Well, he's basically a 7'1", stretch big that plays absolutely incredible defense. He's so similar to Dirk. He really is. Dirk obviously is just a little better version of David Robinson, but the cards are really similar. D-Rob gets some great, crazy rebounds, gets some crazy blocks. It's just really good on the defensive end of the court. One thing I will say about David Robinson is he shoots a lot of fouls, and I'm personally not that green with D-Rob. So that's kind of the problem with D-Rob. That's why I don't necessarily love him anymore, especially when we're talking about guys like Jack Sigma that can play over D-Rob for a cheaper price. Maybe you lean to them. Last but certainly not least, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If you want to make the debate that Kareem should play over Kristaps, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just simply not having that argument. Now, my counterpoint to that is I green more with Kristaps Porzingis. And it's just one of those things. I think it's so important to be able to confidently green with everybody on the court. Kareem's 3-ball isn't super high, so if you white with him, it's probably not going to drop. That's why I slightly prefer Kristaps. But again, if you prefer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I do not blame you. So if you are on next gen, this is the squad I'm going with. Okay, 100% of the time, this is the squad I'm going with. If you are on current gen, I'm going with this. Going with this if you are on current gen. So just kind of make note of that in your head. Make mental note of that in your mind. Okay, that this is where I'm going with if I'm on current gen. Obviously, on next gen, you gotta have Luka Doncic. So that is gonna wrap it up for my video of if I had to play in 250K tomorrow, what my squad would be like, the best squad in the game right now. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Who was I too high on? Who was I too low on? Do you guys think Draymond deserves a spot on the squad? Let me know all that down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.